Fuck it. Raw on the goddamn MacBook. I can't do it anymore. I need to film a video, and I'm taking away all the production, all that shit, and we're getting it raw. Raw. Next question. I have so much footage. I have so many videos in CapCut ready to be fucking edited and uploaded. And I struggle so much. I struggle so much with the process of things, following through, just getting it fucking done. I struggle with being seen. It's time. It's time. I can't do it anymore. Like, I just, fuck it. We're stripping all that shit. I just wanted something raw, something genuine. I needed to break down the process in my brain and just get something out there. And this is that. Like, oh God. Hello. My name is Valentine. It's nice to meet you. It's really time. Oh God, the retrograde started, complete 180. Elevation, baby. Like, change arrived. The cocoon, we're no longer the cocoon. I'm not even the butterfly. Like, I'm trying to emphasize that, like, I've transformed so beyond. I'm probably the milkweed. Like, I'm the plant in this case. Like, that's how much I've gone through since the retrograde began. / positive. Like, all really, really good things. Like, I feel the most me. I feel the most loved. I feel the most grounded. I truly returned home to self. And I fucking love that. But let me tell you, Venus retrograde in Aries, there is so much that has been, like, pulled out of me, and I really want to delve into the fact that I also have my Chiron is in Sagittarius, and my Chiron is also in my first house, and I am also a Sag rising. So knowing both of those themes, the Chiron has really been my focus of late. One, because I'm soon to move to my Chiron line. Two, these have already been super big themes that have been kind of pronounced as of late, leading up to and during Venus retrograde in Aries. And so, the full circle moments have been so intensely orgasmic, like, just truly beautiful. And part of my Chiron being in my first house is I struggle so much with being seen. So much with being seen. Like, I can't, like... I don't even know where to start to describe the feeling of resistance that happens when it comes to anything that would put me in the eyes of others. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, everything feels vulnerable, and vulnerability feels like 1,000 needles in me. Like, yes, this is due to trauma, but it's also the setup of the birth chart, and they all correlate. We know this. And it's like, I have to get over this. I need to put this fear to rest. It's time. And it's definitely coinciding with all the other things going on right now. Because, you know, that abandonment wound, dealt with. Still being dealt with. But you know what I'm saying? Like, like, that, of course, has been, you know, of course there's been other events that has affected that for sure. Like, my breakup being one. Like, obviously, so that's already been in question, right? But the space that has been provided for me to truly sit down with it and, you know, create new stories for myself has been astronomical. Okay, like, I want to scream. Fuck it. That's where I'm at with that. And I needed something. I needed to express, and this is my portal of expression. And this is my call to put this shit to rest. I'm really trying to go beyond it. I'm trying to be something beyond this. And I know on the other side of this is exactly what I want. And it's so, like, my Chiron line is my fear of being seen, my fear of being visible. It is my fear of abandonment. Not just my Chiron line, but this is what Chiron is for me, you know? It is just, oh God. The amount of times I just gotta sigh, like, while I'm talking about heavy shit, it's just like, if you're sad hearing this, imagine what I've been through. Like, the way you can't even see my walls because, like, there's nothing on my walls. My walls are bare because I'm packing, literally in the middle of packing. I'm about to move in April, and it's like you can't even see the real me. Like, please. Um. My life of late has been literally just packing, the move. Finally getting in the groove of my client visits and law of assumption. That's it. That's literally it. And movies. I've been watching a lot of movies. I don't remember being a person before like 2 weeks ago. I'm not gonna lie. Like, before I was reintroduced to law of assumption, before I was reintroduced to the concept of self and building that self concept, tapping back into the self concept I already was developing, and also tapping back into understanding, like, really honing in on what it is I want. And I think that was so, obviously this was put in motion by Venus retrograde in Aries. Truly a return to self moment. Truly, like, we have to hand it to her because she said, bitch, don't stop worrying about these other niggas. Like, we need to be worried about you. Like, you need to be worried about yourself. And she was so real for that because, exactly, come to find out, my fear of abandonment is because I've been abandoning myself. Like, oh.
Ever thought about how your desire to be chosen keeps you from choosing yourself? Or how your terror of being rejected just keeps you rejecting yourself?
So that was like my number one awakening, right? And then I just realized that, like, my episodes were becoming so intense because I lost the plot. I lost it. No, but all of it simultaneously has really just re-anchored myself. And this is always an analogy that I use, to be honest, when it comes to the relationship I have with myself, is I always refer to being anchored to myself. And to me, like, there's two visuals that come in mind. One is, you know, you are latched onto an anchor and it's dragging you down. Another is the visual of security, of being held to something. And for me, that's the healing part. Because, and you know what, to be honest, both of them might be me. Both of them might be the two wolves inside of you. Because, hold on. Now that I think about that. No, but for sure, like, the one of me being held to something feels so secure to, within healing that abandonment wound. Because it's like, if I'm choosing me, then I am always chosen. Therefore, I'm always chosen. If I am secure within myself, I am always secure. If I am stable within myself, I am always stable. Like, this sounds so silly, but when my head wrapped around it, I said, wait a minute. What the fuck am I doing? Like, hold on. But real quick, going back to, like, the other visual of feeling like I'm being dragged down, I feel like is them avoidant tendencies that like to hop in there. Packing has placed me in what I feared, which is being in a state of transition, being in a state of limbo. That is hell on fucking earth, okay? It is so hellish. I cannot, like, I don't know where to start in giving language to the feeling that exists in the body at the thought of this, at the experience of this. It's too much. It's too much. And specifically for the way that I grew up, I was always moving. I feel like I was always in transition. And, you know, to the point where I was one of those kids that did not have anything on their walls. But it was because, like, I always thought that, you know, this is not the place I would be settling in. Like, I was always ready to go. And that has tremendously affected my relationship with security, 100%. And, you know, so moving into this place, being able to decorate it as I wanted to and really put those roots down and allow myself the ability to think, like, I am here now. I am rooted in this moment. And this moment is my entire reality. This moment is my entire being and experience, because this is the only moment that exists right now in time. And it's like truly understanding that and letting myself just be here. So incredibly fucking healing. And I think it's gotten to a point where, like, that has felt very triggering for me. So to be returned to that state is like, oh, like, I think I am anxious and antsy right now, but it's showing up in different ways. Or like, I'm kind of avoiding it and using escapism routes to not, you know, really sit with that feeling. But I also think that I'm okay. So, you know, balance. So that was one of the things that was keeping me rooted here. But so see how it, like, took a double edge, because becoming rooted was beautiful until it was time to let go. And that's the other thing that I struggle with, you know, letting go and allowing for change to flow. But the really weird thing is, like, I'm very much a Sag rising, and I showed up in a lot of ways growing up. And so for me, like, I needed change. I need, like, that constant stimulation, that change, that new stimulation, you know what I'm saying? Different environments, da-da-da. But, like, in terms of big changes or, like, things that really heavily, I don't know, like, switch up my routine or just change my whole experience, like, that, I do have fear there. There is fear there. So it was always kind of ironic with me, because it felt very, like, back and forth. But I mean, obviously there's a difference between the types of changes that I enjoyed, which was, like, you know, changing my appearance, changing my room, etc. Like, those are, I guess, within my control. But it's change that comes outside of my control that really, like, does freak me out. And I'm gonna be freaked out right now. Oh, God. Focus. Okay. To purposefully place myself in that position by initiating packing was like... And the other side of that came through of, like, me feeling rooted, but the first visual of being anchored, where I'm being dragged down, where something is keeping me where I'm no longer supposed to be. And that's always the thing with me, is like, one extreme to the other. Niggas getting my whole diagnosis in one go. I wish y'all could see my fucking home screen, because this shit is goated. This is my favorite artist. Wait, maybe it's because my screen is so fucking bright. Okay, let's try that again. Yes! This is my favorite artist. I want one of their prints so fucking bad. So bad. Probably, actually, there's like 5 of them that I love really deeply. Please go check out this artist. Their art style is incredible, impeccable, like, delicious, irresistible, mesmerizing. Speaking of art, let's do a quick show and tell. I haven't done any portrait drawing in a while. which is kind of my one of my other portals to flow state. And I miss it. I miss it so bad. I also miss ceramics so fucking bad. I'm a multidisciplinary artist, for those who are new here. I do photography. I want to get into film so bad, but I'm most experienced with photography. I enjoy graphic design. I also do fiber arts, primarily crochet. That's my baby. I've made these felt keychains, these Valentine felt keychains, which are soon to be on raffle. Check description. I do portrait paintings, portrait drawings. I like to sketch them for the most part, but I also paint as well.
This is my recent portrait. I worked very hard on this. And you can see it in the details.
I love adding words to my portraits, and this is inspired by an old friend. Shout out to them. We fell off on bad terms, but they will always be one of the most inspiring artists to me ever. In the corner here, coming from their lips as smoke, it says, "Do you exist? Have I made you up?" And this is a quote. I think most of these are quotes, but I usually put my own writing. The one in the corner by their head says, "I worship the myth of you, but I'm off my knees now." And then the one at the bottom here says, "Even if it's full of love, all a ghost can do is haunt." I was deep in my breakup then. This is another one I've done. I haven't glued this down, so that looks a little silly, but this was, I love collage sketches. Like, this is my favorite art form. This is my art form, This is, I usually always start off with the face. I love drawing faces. Most of the time people are like, "Oh, is that you?" And I'm like, "Well, no, but now that you said that, maybe it is." And I do see that with this one, but not the other one. The other one I really did put effort into making different. But yes, and then I love ornamental line work, and I'm trying to imitate it. I don't feel like I'm really good at it right now, but in the learning process, in the beginning process, and that's okay. And then I love a whimsical detail. I love a whimsical detail here. Of course. Stamp, of course. Love stamps. I have a whole stamp collection. This is a picture I saw that I want to get a tattoo of. Those are my last two, really proud babies. This is another portrait. This is an OC. Her name is Pluto. Pluto is my baby girl. That's my baby. And I do want to build up her story too, to be honest, because I have so many things in mind. There's a journal entry here, so I don't want to really show that part, but this is some more line work that I've done in here. This one. Yes, very much trying to learn this art style a little bit more and get more familiar with it. But it's very enjoyable to me, and I love how whimsical it looks. I'm really into Art Nouveau, and it reminds me a lot of that. Art Nouveau is a architecture and design fusion that takes a lot of inspiration, and it takes a lot of naturalistic elements, such as the curves of things, the shapes of things, its textures, etc. And you can really see that reflected, and I love it so much. Honestly, my ideal surroundings, or ideals in terms of living and breathing amongst nature, I love homes that feel like I'm in nature, but I'm still in my own space. It's just too good. I think there definitely needs to be more incorporation of nature in our like built up spaces. I don't know better language for this, but like obviously there's such a separation because of capitalism, but it's like we are nature, nature is us, we are one, da 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 da. And but like the depth of that truth is I feel like is not collectively felt. And it's so important that your surroundings have that in there. Like I think we've lost the plot in terms of what we find beauty in and what beauty means to us. I think the concept of beauty or the reflection of beauty, especially within art, like it misses so much depth when it doesn't draw from the original source, which is nature. The separation is killing us, is what I'm gonna say. Like it's genuinely killing us. But like the idea of urban architecture right now actually makes me lose my shit. Like it actually pisses me the fuck off. But that's a rant for another time. Yes, it reminds me of Art Nouveau, which big fan. That's probably my favorite architecture style, or like niche art style outside of what we think immediately of art being like traditional art, drawing art, etc. This is another category of art that I feel like is missed a lot in more popular conversation. These are some paintings I've done. Painting is really, really hard for me because it really does something for my need for control. And the layers of it gives it more steps that my brain can't take. It's so hard for me. It's so hard for me. The perfectionism wound, like it really taps into so much for me. And that's not easy, you know. But yes, this is a portrait that I've done. I don't paint often. I'm pretty sure this is like one of the only portraits I've finished. I did this the other day at my friend's. We weren't even supposed to be painting, so this was kind of just like off the wall as fuck. I love the layering of colors in the outer part. The space element of whatever the fuck this is. I showed it to my friend Pearl, and they were like, the bagel sucked into the bagel. I love collage work. I forgot to say that. I love collages. Don't even get me started, bro. Because that is my pride and joy. Like, I love that shit bad. Okay, and then this is probably my favorite collage I've ever made. I love it so bad. I use cardboard for this. Like, I love the texture here. This is like other fabric that I got from the Art Resource Center. Yes, I just love everything about it. It says the traditional father, a tale of disaster, and then I have 222 here. Ah, just gorgeous. I love it. This is another collage I've done. I've actually had this in an exhibit before. Let's see if you can see it. Very, 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 very proud of that one. So proud of that one. I'm proud of all of them. I did so good. You did so good, Valentine. I'm proud of all of them. Yes, I think I said ceramics, and I've been really wanting to get into like more sculpture. Oh wait, I also make frames. My prints. I definitely regard my. I feel like I've mentioned portals a lot, but that's my big one. My work is a sort of portal. It's a sort of door into the worlds that I create, or the worlds maybe that I'm reflecting through imagination. And imagination is creation. Imagination is reality. So it's like, you know, I am reflecting what is possible and reflecting very much the vision, you know. To me, my understanding of being an artist is that I am vessel for these like pools of inspiration, right? Pools of inspiration that come from source. That is my entire, I live and breathe the esoteric, mysticism, and occultism. So, you know, if you come in here thinking we're not about to get spiritual, this is not the place for you. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm merely just vessel for the drops of source, of inspiration, of creation. Especially with photography, like I feel like any artistic expression really it's an outlet, it's a medium, it's portal to flow state, to access that state, right? That original source of being and consciousness. And for me, like I really do mostly see this with my photography, and then, you know, prints that come from that. And like, to me, being able to create a frame is like me creating the portal for you to get there, you know? And I love that understanding and that story and narrative behind what it is that I do and the specifics of the type of art that I create, because it's very specific, you know, it's very distinct. And I love that, you know, you can see me through my art. And I know that's why I struggle sharing it. I know that's why. But that's the most beautiful thing ever to me. So I've already won, you know, I've already got to where I have everything that I want. Just within that, you know, just through the ways that I express, both outwardly, physically, on the way I adorn my body, because that's the thing I do too. That's something that's a portal for me too, you know what I'm saying? But just through, and that expression, but also like what I create, you know? I also write. I don't like get to talk about this often, I guess, but I love writing. I've always written, like ever since I was a kid. This is another thing that goes back, way back, you know? I was writing lyrics when I was like 9 or 10. I was writing poems since I was 11. And I have those. Like, I have those still. Oh, God. My voice has always been there, you know? It's chosen its mediums, and sometimes I've swayed from that, sometimes I've honored that, but I really feel like, you know, like, I'm tapped back in, baby girl. Like, everything that I do now, I've done in some form already since when I was a kid. Y'all, when I tell you I've been doing this shit since I was like 9 years old, like, I saw London Tipton, and I oh my God, if I a whole bag gone, lost. If I started then and actually like kept at this shit, y'all, you have no idea. I was on YouTube when it first dropped. Like, oh my God, I was filming myself on, what was it? My mom's laptop. I don't even remember, bro. Like, I was 9. My dad gave me a camcorder when I was like 11, 12. Filming skits, any like cooking videos on that shit. I was not playing around. My friend would come over. I said, "Bitch, lights, camera, action." Like, Immediately. I loved American Girl dolls, and I would film them. I think I only had one because it was expensive, but all the dolls that I had, like, they were very much my cast, you know. I had, my mom brings this up all the time, but we were in Duluth at one point, and there's a rose garden there. Why did I have one of my dolls get kidnapped in that rose garden? And the like plot of the movie was that bitch was getting saved. Like, what was I doing? What was I doing? Where's my Oscar? Like, the bag that I lost, that I fumbled. I'm about to be sick to my stomach. I'm about to be sick to my stomach. Because it's the way them videos are gone. They're gone. I don't have them anymore. Like, oh God. Every time I think about it too much, like, my stomach drops to my ass. Like, not even joking. So, yes. This is, I've literally just been connecting back to the original. You know, back to my roots. It always goes back to that shit. But little me knew what the fuck he was doing. Always. And I just always needed to trust that. Oh, God. I'm genuinely getting emotional right now. The other day, I was also thinking about how my teenage self launched me into the timeline I'm in now. Y'all, I could have been married right now to a man. Oh my God. I'm about to cry. I always knew. Like, oh God. I'm so incredibly grateful for baby me, for teenage me, for me now. Like, I am so in love with myself, and I genuinely, my priority is me. I choose me, you know? And that sounds so corny. I don't even give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck that it's corny. I choose me. Therefore, I'm always chosen. Like, that is something I feel like I always needed to hear. And to be able to say that to myself is just, like, it's magic. I'm so beyond grateful for me every step of the way, you know? Because I was always tuned in, whether I knew it or not. Like, whether I knew it or not, everything that I was led to has some, like, intricate, potent part of the story. Like, is so deeply ingrained in the story. And just that connection, I can feel it, like, tangible. Like, it's like buzzing on my skin. And that's my celebrity. That's my president. That's my God. Like, is little me. That's my idol. Like, I love her so much. I love her so much. Oh my God. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all a baby picture because this is my baby. This is my precious. My baby boy. This is my baby. I do it all for her. I do it all for her. I don't play. I get stoned. I need a locket with this picture in it. Not even joking. Not even joking. Oh my God, my baby. I wish I had more capacity and willpower to do the things that I love. I feel very distant and disconnected from my art practice. And it's not a good feeling. It's really not, because I think giving yourself access to flow at least once a day is just as important as, like, watering you, giving you nourishment, taking you on a walk. Like, genuinely, you need that them 10 minutes, 10 minutes a day of reading, throw in 10 minutes a day of connecting to these portals that everyone has. Like, it's through your passions, it's through, and sometimes, like, it's not, I don't know, like, I have experienced getting in that flow state when I was a barista. Well, I guess you could say that is one of my passions. I do very much enjoy making a drink. I very much enjoy the process of coffee, the process of tea making. Like, I very much enjoyed that. But yeah, I used to access it during when I was a barista too. So it's like labor that you enjoy, I guess. Although sometimes I'm like, you would never hear this sentence come out of my mouth until it does. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's real with or without context. Like, maybe not under capitalism for sure, but it is possible. And that is, accessed differently through different people, by different people. But it's there for sure. Yeah, that's been kind of in the forefront of my brain of recent. My brain is like a web. And as soon as I said that, I thought about returning to the body and how disconnected from the body a lot of neurodivergent or trauma experienced people are. And how, because of that, I've been on a mission to return to my body. And part of returning to the body has also been realizing and understanding that I am a somatic being, and have been trying to embody sensuality, and how sensuality is, I mean, you cannot experience it without returning to the body. Everything connects for me. Everything connects. But I am losing my voice now, and goodness. And it's time for me to go. But I have enjoyed this sit down. Like, I feel like I was just yapping on the phone with a friend. So I'm hoping that this, like, gives me motion and momentum and movement in my head to really, keep doing this shit, because I know that I love it. I know that it's what I need. I know that it's a form of expression that is going to heal, and I just need to stick to it. I need to persist, and allow myself to be perceived. Like, that's what it is. I have so many, like, ideas and visions, and, like, there's so much I want to do. There's so much art that I want to create, and there's so many conversations that I want to open and make space for and have. There's so many experiences that I want to create. There's so many experiences that I want to curate, and bitch, now is the time. Like, it is now. The time is now. Like, I'm really trying to inject it. That, like, that time is now. Like, there is no perfect moment for anything, and I need to do this shit right here, right fucking now. Like, because if that inspiration, if that vision does not find its home in me, it's gonna go somewhere else. And I want to be its home. I want to be its home so bad. Like, I want to be vessel to art so bad. Like, like, I want this shit so bad. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. Like, I live and breathe art. I die on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am nothing without being an artist, because it is how I breathe. I have to do art or I will die. Like, not even joking. Not even joking. I take this shit very seriously. But it's like, do I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to align this feeling with what my hands can make, with what my hands can mold, you know? Half the shit is in the doing, but it's also in the showing up. And I'm trying to show up. I've done it. I've showed up. Okay. Bye. Bye for now.